Just knocked all that stuff over. All right, that's for later. What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. XOXO Sheba here. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. And if you're an OG subscriber, what's good? Welcome back. Back with another synthetic wig. I saw this drop and I was like, oh, I gotta try this out. This is Outre Maximina. It's a new drop from them. They dropped this and another wig that's a bob that I cannot remember the name right now, but I have that one too. Review coming soon. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now, fair warning, she does have pros. She does, but she also has cons. So if you want to see how I installed this wig, no baby hairstyle, and everything that I think about it, keep on watching. Hey, wait, but hold up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You already here. You might as well. Okay, so I got Maximina from Outre. She is a new unit. It's a 13x6 lace frontal, 360 lace it is also, but it's really more of a 13x6 lace frontal, and you'll see I have mine in the color Amber Blonde. I love the front label colors that they did, but all of those were sold out literally like in 5 minutes. So I got the Amber Blonde because it's tried and true for me. It had an elastic band, as you saw, and this 360 lace ain't really 360, y'all. Like, that is not enough lace space, honestly, to me, to be calling this a 360 wig. You can't really do much with that little space. Like, you can barely glue that down in the back if you want to glue it down. Like, it's really not doing much for you. You could probably do like a half updo and clip it up, but you can't do much with that. There's more excess lace than usable lace. I also noticed the back lace is a lot softer and stretchier than the front lace. That's not a good or a bad thing, because the lace in the front is still really good quality. Like, you can see my hand through that. Look at that. Like, that's some upgraded lace. That's even more upgraded than what they usually do. I was like, okay. However, this hairline though, and I knew it was gonna be like this because I saw Still Looking Good 58's video. I'll link her video down below if you want to check hers out to see her review. But she said it wasn't gonna be plucked enough. So I wasn't surprised. I knew I was gonna have to pluck this unit, but I would say for the price that it is, it should be a little bit more pre-plucked. The plucking in real time so y'all could see just how slow I'm moving, because these hairs are a lot like tougher and thicker than human hair. So you have to go a little bit slower. Otherwise, you might rip your lace trying to pluck this hair out. So you want to make sure you go kind of slow and steady to get these hairs out. Excess foundation to tint my lace, because I feel like excess foundation is not going to get too cakey. Like, it gave me just the right amount of tint without giving me too much product on the lace. So I like using just the excess that's left over on my brush. Anyway, so I cut off the back lace first so I could try this on. And I have to say, that's another thing I wasn't too impressed by. You know, Outre wigs for me, I talk about it all the time when I wear them. Their wig frontals typically fit me great. This one, not so much. Like, the cap was a bit snug. I ended up actually having to cut out the elastic band. Usually I just can get away with just not using the band, but this one I had to cut it out to be able to pull it a little bit farther where my sides are, like my real hair sides are. But even at that, like, it just wasn't giving me as much room as Outre units usually gives me. So I did notice that difference. I got it done. Like, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but it wasn't, like I said, as much as I usually have with Outre. Now, with that thick hairline, I do kind of like it because it covers my wig cap a little bit better. Like, that line of demarcation isn't quite there. I'm taking some of the makeup off of my forehead with some alcohol so that way it doesn't clash with the product I use to install my wig. So that's what I'm doing right there. I'm using the Got To Be High Insta Hole to install it like I've been doing recently. I love this stuff. I've said it before, but to me, it does work just as well as Ebin sprays do. I've only used the Ebin in the, I think I had the yellow can. So compared to the yellow can of Ebin and this, I actually like them both pretty much just the same. This lace is impeccable. When I tell you it's the kind of lace that's so HD I had trouble seeing it, it was really the kind of lace that was so HD I had trouble seeing it. I did still want to make sure that I got all the excess lace off and got as close to the hairline as I possibly could. We don't want to leave no excess lace, and you already know I always cut jagged so it doesn't create a straight line on the wig and giving it a more natural effect, because I am going to go no baby hair with this install as long as it works for me. But that is the plan, to go no baby hair with this. sprayed a little bit more of the Got To Be on the hairline after I finished cutting it to make that line of demarcation translucent again. And I put my elastic band on while I was getting ready to style, and I just let that sit on my hair while I was doing the styling portion. With this kind of elastic band that has a Velcro, I like it because it's more efficient, but I do need to like double it so it presses down on the lace a little bit more. So that's why I'll be flipping it up like that. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do a middle part because I felt like this would be fire in the middle part or a side part, but I ended up settling on the side part because I don't like how the top gets real flat and like dips in near my cheeks. I'm not feeling that. That could be me being picky. It honestly really is me being picky, but I just didn't like that. So I liked it a little bit more in the side part. So I decided to go with the side part with this. I brushed out the hair because I needed to brush out all that hair that I plucked within the unit. And I will say this is a bit of a tangler. It's a tangler. It definitely is a tangler for sure. It didn't shed too much though, outside of the shed hair from me plucking it, but it definitely tangled up pretty often, but it didn't look tangled. So that's really all that counts, you know? Plan was not actually to do these layers, but I just was not feeling how the curls were turning in towards my face the way that they were. I didn't like that. It was bothering me. I'll admit it bothers me more in person than on camera, but nonetheless, it was bothering me. So I tried to give it a little more movements, a little more flip action to see if that would fix it for me. And it did a pretty good job. Like the layers, it did a little something. But I can do more, and you'll see as I keep going in this video. This hair really did like take to the comb. Not the comb. I'm using a curling wand in this one. The curling wand. It took to the curling wand really easy, and it blended out really seamlessly when I added some makeup back on my forehead and tinted the lace a little bit more. But yeah, this hair really cooperates very easily. I did notice that. Like the hair is a great quality for sure. But you know, I still was just not feeling those curls at the top, the way they were going in towards my face. It was just bugging me. So I thought the answer was to add more layers. And it didn't hurt, but I could have gotten away with not adding more layers. But you know me, I like body, so I wasn't mad at it. I don't think it really did anything. Actually, you know what? I take it back. It actually did add a little bit more body, and I like that. But I don't know. It was really even just that side, too, that was bothering me more than the other side. I just didn't like how it was turning in, like, towards my face, like, near my cheeks. I didn't like that. But I realized the real answer at the end of the day was to actually use my curling wand. I never really curl synthetic wigs, but this took to the heat really well. I think it's because of the human hair blend in it. It really works well. When you have to curl any type of hair that's synthetic or human hair blend with synthetic, you definitely want to make sure you hold it until it's cooled down, because if you don't, it will lose its shape. That did the trick to get it how I wanted it. It just took those curls that were going too far in for me back out a little bit. So again, it could have just been me being picky, but you know, I worked it out for myself. Then I had to add a little bit of concealer into the part to make it more prominent and cover up that cap line of demarcation, and you know, it looked really good. But let's get into the rest of the final thoughts of this. Okay, so Miss Maxima, I feel like she's cute, but she definitely, obviously, involves a little bit of tweaking. I think this is a really good base for a very pretty wig, but you know, to me, I feel like the curls are a little too flat in this area, like they start too low. But I'm glad that this takes the heat really well, because you can obviously zhuzh up the curls if you want to, the way that I did. I added some layers. I felt like it was necessary, just because, like, I don't know, just the way that this went, I didn't like that. Had to give it a little more body, a little more movement, and I had to fix up these front curls a little bit. I guess to frame my face a little bit better, but to me, it just, you know, I didn't like that. I like the hairline. Now that has a lot to do with me doing some extra plucking, of course. But I do like the hairline. I feel like sometimes the perfect hairline units can be a little too thin, because you can really see your cap through it. This one, as we saw in the beginning, you can't really see the cap through it all like that. So I feel like this is good because you don't necessarily have to do a bald cap, because I know those of us who usually wear synthetic wigs, you typically aren't really trying to do a bald cap either. I got away with definitely just putting foundation in the part. So I kind of like the fullness just a tad. I think they could have did a better job plucking it for this being such like a premium kind of unit. But, you know, I didn't hate it. But I do feel like they were onto something by not plucking it as much. Just, they went a little too far. I'm loving the amber blonde color, but y'all already know I love amber blonde from Outre. This is like literally my favorite Outre color blend. I do like ginger brown from them as well, and a few others. I really actually wanted to try this. Ooh, just knocked all that stuff over. All right, that's for later. But anyways, I really actually wanted to try it in the stock card color, but literally by the time I got on the website and as soon as I saw this drop on Wig Types, I went to go pick it up. This color was already sold out. This is really pretty. I would have loved to review it in that, like, what's it called? Chocolate caramel. I feel like I've done chocolate caramel before in the unit, but this would have been like super bomb. Like whoever has this in chocolate caramel, I'm jealous. If you're willing to do the extra plucking, which I kind of feel like you have to do with this one just a little bit, you can definitely go no baby hairless. The stock card colors were the caramel brown, the chocolate caramel I should say, and then the other one was maple brown. Either way, I couldn't get my hands on either one, but I really wanted to try it. And I don't ever think I've had maple brown now that I think about it. That's new, I think. Given that it's such a minuscule amount of lace in the back, I don't feel like you can really do something with that as far as updos go with this unit. Like they might as well have just did this as a frontal and called it a day. Like can you even tack it down with that little bit of the space? I don't know, I guess you could try. Maybe somebody will do it. It's not gonna be me. But like I don't really see how you would really be able to do like a bun with this or a high updo with it. Kind of limited to be marketing it as really a 360 wig. Why I just go to look up the price and see this wig is Outre Maximina. I've been calling her Maxima. She's a Nissan. I ended up paying $71 for this unit plus shipping. No, wait, I didn't have to pay shipping because I bought the other new unit from Outre as well, which I'll be reviewing later. But for this wig alone, it was $71.94 with color. Like for the price, I shouldn't really have to take an extra 45 minutes to pluck out this unit. I will say, I feel like what we're paying extra for is the human hair blend. And I will agree with Outre on this. The hair quality it's there. This really does have a look and a feel more like human hair. The hair fibers are definitely an upgrade. I think for me, because I care so much about the hair quality, like the fiber wise, I would prefer this because I know how to pluck out my units, so I can take care of that, even though I feel like I shouldn't really have to do as much. I mean, y'all know me. I'm gonna pluck out a wig. Like I'm always gonna pluck out a wig, so it kind of doesn't even really matter. But typically with the Outre wigs, I'm only plucking out the baby hairs in the front. This one I was full out plucking. So I don't know, I'm torn. I guess it just really depends on what your priorities are in a wig. But on another note, I am so happy that human hair blend is coming back. It's been a long time. It's been so long since I've seen like wigs be marketed as human hair blend. I had one from It's a Wig years ago. That was like my first video to like really blow up, I think. But it was a 360 wig properly. No shade. I mean, I guess a little shade. But yeah, when I reviewed that wig, it was human hair blend and it looked like it had this kind of like quality look to the hair fibers. I've always been a fan of human hair blend. And I know when I say this, you might not be able to tell based off just like seeing the wig, but if you were feeling it, like it feels more like my human hair wigs than it does my synthetic wigs. But don't get me wrong though, it's still half and half, so it's still a little bit synthetic. But yeah, if you're interested in purchasing this unit, I'll have the details down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.